Okay, I think I am finally live. Oh my goodness, there is nothing like technology to make your heart pump. Oh, okay. I had to restart my laptop and I'm just going to let go of things that I can't control. It's working now, and that's the main thing. So, I don't think I've got anybody on at the moment, but you should either get a notification. Cool. Laptop's in. Oh dear. Right. Okay. I'm just going to wait for if anyone is joining the live. Okay. 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 I can see that one person has joined. Welcome. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to see the comments because I did a test yesterday and for some reason the comments weren't coming up. So I'm going to see if I can get it up on my phone and then we can start. Okay. Okay, welcome everyone. I am so excited to be here. I've been so excited all morning, which is a really, really nice feeling to have. So I just want to, let's all just arrive with a few deep breaths. So maybe placing your hands on your heart, closing down your eyes. I just want to welcome everyone into this space. Welcome to Fragments to Freedom. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Hold it at the top and just sigh it out the mouth. Maybe give your body a little shake. Do a couple more with your own breath. Okay, so I just want you to share, either out loud in your own space or in the chat, one word of how you're feeling today. What's the first word that comes up for you in this moment? We'll do a little temperature check. It's always good to see how we're feeling before we do something like this. And I just want to share that this is a private, sacred space. This is a held container, and everything that's shared here will stay here. It won't go anywhere else. And I just want everyone to honour that as well. So I'm going to share a little bit about myself. I know a lot of you know who I am. My name is Tashi, and I'm a fully certified and insured shamanic practitioner. I did a 2-year training studying the lineage of natural shamanism at the School of Natural Shamanism in Pembrokeshire. So I spent 2 years intensively going deep into my own core wounds and training in all the different areas and tools and techniques of natural shamanism. So the work I hold is very trauma informed. It's soul led, and it's deeply embodied. I have spent 4 years embodying this work, which is why I'm sharing it now. It's time. So I'm gonna just sort of briefly go into my own healing journey, one thread of it, because there's many threads. So when I was younger, kind of at school, maybe I think I can kind of like trace it back to being about 13 years old. I experienced chronic social anxiety. Like, it was really bad. I remember feeling like a shell of myself, like I didn't fit in. But I had loads of friends. Like I was popular, I had a big friendship circle. It wasn't. I hid it very well, basically. um, and I just had this deep feeling like I didn't fit in, even though I had loads of friends. I just felt like this, like I wasn't good enough, like I didn't fit in, and like I just wanted to be liked. And I kind of had this like feeling of urgency about my life. And it kind of like it deepened over time. This anxious sort of nervous disposition that I had, and I kind of experienced this almost like shape shifting. I don't know how else to describe it, to like fit in with social groups. So I was very good at just kind of integrating into like social groups, um, which is an interesting thing. That it's yeah, just like changing myself so that I could fit in. um, and I started going to therapy. I can't exactly remember how old I was, but I went to like a talking therapy, like a like counselor type thing, psychologist, psychotherapist, for like stuff around my dad wound, which is my dad leaving when I was 5, and the kind of the feelings that left with me. But I didn't feel like it like didn't help. I just remember sitting there like thinking, like knowing in my body that this is not helping. This is like, because when we're in the mind, this is what this work is about, which is I'm going to go into. Just being in the mind isn't going to help shift anything, because we have to get into the body to shift stuff, basically. And so I just, I kind of did the therapy for a while. It didn't help. And then I remember that my mum booked an appointment. This was maybe when I was like around 18 kind of age, maybe a bit older, I can't quite remember, with a kinesiologist. And I had like, this is the first kind of my experience of going to someone who doesn't just work on like the physical plane, who works energetically as well. And I remember going to this woman's house. I remember it so vividly. She lived in this like little like crazy looking cottage, and I remember that we had to flush the loo with a bucket of water, and I was like, "Where am I? Like, what is this? What is this place?" And she was so lovely. I remember feeling safe with her, and I remember lying down on her couch, and with I don't know if anyone knows much about kinesiology. It was literally my only session of kinesiology in my life, and she was doing all the stuff with the arms, like the pushing on the arms, and around stuff with my dad. And then she started placing crystals on my body, and I was like, what is going on? What's she doing? And then, and I was just lying there. And then the next thing, I just had this wave of emotion, and I just started crying my eyes out, like uncontrollably crying my eyes out. And I tried to sit up, and she was like, no, no, stay, sit, let it come. And I just sobbed and sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. And I was like, wow, like, and I remember feeling like, because she was doing something around my heart area, and I remember feeling like all this energy releasing from my heart. And that was really like a big turning point for me. And I remember for the week after that session, I felt amazing. I felt so clear. And I was like, wow, what is this? I want more. Whatever that was amazing. So I then went on I did my first degree in Reiki. So I spent a day training with Reiki. And that was amazing. Like, that was really eye opening. And I remember afterwards, I felt like, sounds so weird. I remember just feeling like all the colours in the world are brighter and more vibrant, because something like had been activated. Um, so this was kind of like my initial start into the into alternative healing, into energy work, into this kind of thing. And then I started practicing yoga every day, and that was really big for my healing as well. And I got really into yoga, and I did my foundation teacher training, and that was it was really 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 helpful for me. And I realized that that was a big shift of feeling comfortable in my body, because yoga was helping me like with my posture and alignment and everything like that. And then I started meditation for my anxiety. So I remembered, I don't know if anyone's heard of the Headspace app. So I got that, and that was really helpful. Like I did a lot of the courses on the app, and that I remember feeling like it was good. It was like calming me down. I was less anxious. But the thing is it wasn't actually healing. Like it was kind of suppressing. It's like superficial healing, you know. And obviously, you know, meditation and yoga is amazing. It really, really is. And if it goes like alongside of the deeper core work, because the thing is if we've got stuff like depression, anxiety, stress, tension, PTSD, um, we have to go into the root cause of the issue, because doing stuff like talking, you're in your mind. Meditation, you're in your mind. You know, you're in your mind. Meditation is almost like a bit of a dissociative. I say, like I've actually just got started my meditation practice up after 4 years again, because I've just been going into the core wounds, and now I'm like, okay, now I can go on to the meditate, bring the meditation back, because it's really supportive. But we have to go into the core wounds. We do, because trauma is stored in our bodies. When something traumatic happens, whether it's this life, whether it's ancestral, whether it's past life, it's stored in the body, in the cells, in the spaces between the cells. So we have to go back into that, into the memory, and feel it so it can be released. So I started working with this woman called Tashi, and started looking into shadow work, which is really, really quite fun actually, because you start to realize like what is going on with you, and like all your, you know, your wounding and how you project it onto others. And yeah, and I realized that I had this like deep abandonment wound, and that abandonment wound was stemmed from, you know, probably the core wound of my dad moving out of our family home, but also through maybe ancestral stuff coming through, but that's for a different day. And how that was showing up in my life was really unhealthy relationships with partners, you know, and, you know, it was creating, like, because of the abandonment wound, it created this feeling of deep unsafety in my body, which would kind of like show up as codependency, fear of betrayal, fear of loss, self-abandonment. So like if I was in a relationship, I would just stop really like working on myself, because I'd be so desperate for approval. So that was quite a big realization to have, and it really helped with one of my threads of my healing. And this kind of core abandonment wound like shaped my nervous system for a long time. So it takes time to actually kind of go back in and like unpick everything and clear everything, and have these uncomfortable conversations with family members that we needed to have, you know, when we were 5 years old. So after doing this work with Dasha and really looking into shadows and, you know, how I'm showing up in my life and stuff, uncomfortable things that like I don't like about myself and all that kind of thing, I found this woman Hoppy online, and I remember looking into her work, and I was like, oh my god, who is this woman? Like, I need to work with her, you know. And I felt emotional, I felt like deep emotion and just like a knowing that I need to work with her. So I messaged her like, oh my goodness, and there was like quite a few synchronicities that led me up to meeting her. And I messaged her and I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to work with you, like how can I work with you? And she said, wow, that's amazing timing, because I'm literally starting my very first shamanic practitioner training intake in 2 months. And I was like, I want to do it. Please, can I do it? And so I booked onto this training. Didn't really have any idea what it entailed. And then about a month or two after I booked onto it, I became pregnant. So I spent this whole training with Soraya as well, you know, my daughter, growing her in my womb and then birthing her and then continuing the training, because it was 2 years. So so I spent 2 years training, and then 4 years really embodying these tools. And I just want to share that my mentor Hoppy has given me her complete blessing to share this work now, you know, and this is a blessing that she's not actually going to give to anyone else. And because it's a testament to when fully embodying this work, you know, I believe that until you fully embody work, that's when you can share it, you know. And I've spent a long time sitting with my pain, working with the tools that I'm going to share with you in the journeys on myself, you know. And like, I'm going to share some recent trauma. So a lot of you know that my daughter got really sick about a year and a half ago, and we were in hospital with her for 8 days, and they ended up finding a hole in her heart and letting us know that she had congenital heart disease. And I remember the moment that we found that out. You know, I can clearly remember it. And when they told us that news, I remember the only way I can describe it is that my head filled up with water, and my ears just started ringing. My head was ringing, and I just checked out. And in that moment, a soul fragment just left, you know, and I was stuck in this kind of fractured state. And after that, I went into deep PTSD and trauma response. And one of the trauma responses that I went into was shock, dissociation, addiction. I got quite a bad alcohol addiction, and just generally like numbing out. And it was really, really, really hard time. And it's interesting because sometimes when you're in this trauma response PTSD state, it's really difficult to work with the tools that you know. Like, I had like years and years of tools under my belt, but I couldn't put them into practice because I was so like overwhelmed and in numbing out and in addiction states, you know. And the other interesting thing was that I was aware of it as well. You know, I was aware of this is a trauma response, but I couldn't seem to get and I was just like, it'll be fine soon. It will be fine. You know, like thinking about the future, but actually, you know, our current reality makes our future. So it's like, if I keep doing the same thing, nothing's going to change. It's just going to get worse. So last November, I joined this community, this membership online with this amazing woman that I follow, and that was a real big turning point for me, because I was part of this community of other people who are healing, mainly for business stuff, but it was just being a part of something that jolted me awake again. You know, it jolted me into this like consistent healing. And I started to show up for myself. I started working with these tools every single day. And these exact tools that I'm going to share in the journeys. And I started feeling everything again. I went deep into the grief of being in hospital with my daughter, you know, and allowed these waves of grief to move through me. I processed it all, and I started reclaiming the soul parts that were left back in that trauma, that stressful situation. And I took full 100% responsibility for my healing, because I suddenly realized, hang on a minute, I'm the only one that can heal myself. You know, like, I can't just wait for anybody else. I have to do the work myself, because otherwise nothing's going to change, and I'm never going to get to where I want to get to unless I like sit with my feelings and go into the pain and go into the grief and go into the sorrow. And that is really why this has been born. Fragments to Freedom has been created, because I want to share this work now, because it's so powerful and it's so helpful. And if you are stuck, if you have something that is just really niggling you, or something that is painful, or you're going through something that's hard, like, these tools can help. They really, really can. And I really just like, I feel emotional. Like, I deeply want to share these tools with everyone now, because they are so amazing, you know. And I just really, you know, I want to be here to help others heal in a deep rooted way, you know, because it is possible. And a little bit about the journey. So in a group setting, it's going to be a little bit different to one-on-ones, because with one-on-one, you can go really deep into particular things, and the the client is like talking back, so you can go deep into like their um, into their trauma memories, whatever they want to go into, because the possibilities are absolutely endless. That's the thing, you can go into anything, any timeline, and you can go into the future. It's quite amazing. So in a group setting, it's going to be more broad. So obviously you can speak out loud in your own space. I do suggest that, actually, like, or you can like whisper it out loud, like if you want to talk, we'll go through it in the journey, but it will be more of a broad healing, but still really powerful and potent. The other thing I really want to share is, and just be clear on, is that this work in this container is for personal use only. I think that everyone would have read the rules of the group. So please, please, please don't share any of the content or recordings outside of this group. So we want to really honour this lineage and the space and each other, really, and just the work and the devotion that has gone into this work. It's 40 years of Hoppy's training and psychotherapy, and yeah, so it's really super, super special. And with the structure of this week, so today we're going to start quite gently. It's going to be a gentle inquiry into something that wants to move through you, and then as the days go on, we'll go a little bit deeper. But really, it's as deep as you want to go. And I just want to share. Like, I hope that everyone sat with the process, just about how you kind of work with your creative imagination, if you're not familiar with that, because we all process in different ways. But just trust what comes up, just really trust. And also, you can always go back and do this, sit with this journey again as well. These are going to be up here now, so you can always come back to them. So just going to feel into anything else that needs to be shared before we start. So really, like, there's no need to feel pressure, or even if you feel anxious or tender or tired or a bit unsure of like what's going to happen, honestly, it's fine. You just need to show up, and that's all that matters. Showing up for your healing is the biggest step that anyone can do. It really, really is, and I just want to honour that. It's like, it's brave and it's courageous, and it's really, really amazing. And just know that your body remembers. Your body will know what to do. And after your journey, please reach out if you want to. If you're feeling like something, I don't know, anything, good or bad, ugly, beautiful, just please share it with me privately if you want, or share it on the group, either or. I'd be welcome to hear about your journeys. I love hearing about people's journeys because everyone is so different, so so I think that is all of the structure and everything that we need to go through. Today, in the calls lead, so the Wednesdays and the Fridays, we're most likely going to go straight into the journey. So today is this is just for the today, and so today will be a slightly shorter journey, but that is okay. All right. So just want everyone to just get comfortable now. Just start to shift your body and maybe do some shoulder rolls and just sort of settle into the seat beneath you. Get super comfortable. It's important to stay upright. That's the other thing. I know a lot of people journey lying down. However, stay upright. That's what I recommend, just because sometimes we can fall asleep, and sometimes we can be less present than when we're lying down. So I find that if I go and sit with someone else's journey, I'm the only one sat up in the space. But that's how that's how I've been taught, and that's how what I find is best for me. Okay. So just begin to settle into your body now. And close down your eyes. And just start to look down into yourself with kindness and care, with tenderness and respect. And just take some deep breaths in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. And just imagine your awareness dropping down your body into the purest place of your heart. And here in the purest place of your heart, your intention for your journey is going to bubble up to the surface. And trust what comes through. You may already be clear on your intention, that's okay. Maybe you just want to leave it open to receive healing. Everything is perfect, just trust your body and what wants to come through. So here in the purest place of your heart, you notice a downward facing stairs as you hear the sound of the drum begin. Just tune into the sound of the drum in your heart for a short while. May I be a pure channel of sacred healing for the highest good of all. So standing on the top step, step 10. Just notice how this staircase shimmers and shines as you bring your awareness onto your intention, knowing that as you descend this staircase, only the highest, the purest and the best can take place for your healing, for your transformation and for your soul's growth. So, stepping onto step 9, step 8, step 7, just feeling how every fibre of your being softens now. Step 6, 5, 4, feeling your belly soften, your body get heavier. Step 3, step 2, step 1, and as you step onto the bottom step, step 0, just becoming spacious and expansive all around you. As you begin to become aware of a doorway or a gateway in front of you. And behind this gateway is a power place, a landscape of nourishment for your heart. And on the count of 3, you're going to step through into the blazing light of your own soul. 1, 2, 3, step through the gateway into the light of your own soul and just feel the light of your own soul emanating back to you. feeling the texture under your feet of this landscape. Smell any fragrances around you. Hearing any sounds. And feeling the warmth of the sun on your face as you begin to walk through your landscape now. Every step relaxing you ever deeper. Your mind relaxed, your body relaxed, and just drink in this view. And now, start to become aware of a circle of ancient trees in front of you in the distance. And begin to make your way to this circle of trees now. Walking up to the first tree, placing your hand on the bark, feeling the bark beneath your hand, feeling the canopy majestic above you, feeling the roots grounding beneath you. And now just begin to walk around the perimeter of trees, honouring the trees with your heart until you feel an invitation to step through. And just wait, take your time, and on the count of 3 we'll step through. 1, 2, 3, stepping through into the sacred grove, into the quantum field, and feeling the atmosphere change. Feeling the electricity in the air and all the ancient healing magic that has ever taken place here. And you become aware now of a fire, a campfire in the centre of the circle of trees. This fire has been burning since the dawn of time. So just make your way to this fire now, feeling a wave of unconditional love and acceptance throughout your whole being. Feeling warm, safe, and held as you sit by this sacred fire now. And now I want to invite you to call down a guide that has your absolute highest and best interest at heart. This could be a guide from waking life, someone that you know and whose wisdom that you trust. It could be a deity, someone that you're working with, an ascended master. It could be an animal guide. Just trust what wants to come down. Even if you don't get a sense of exactly who or what they are, just notice a safe, loving presence arrive beside you. Feeling their presence, welcoming them to this space, to your journey today. So, in relation to your intention, I want to invite you to call down a younger you. who needs to be seen or heard here today. And once they are here, I want you to become aware of any sensations in your body. Bringing up your intention, asking your body to show you the sensations needing to clear today in your body. Trusting, dropping your awareness into your body, into these sensations, and just noting them. What do they feel like? Are they rough, spiky? Just get a sense of how they feel in your body. Where are they strongest in your body? And I want to invite you now to ask these sensations in your body, what emotion or feeling are they? Trust what comes through. And now, in relation to your intention and these feelings and sensations in your body, I want to invite you to bring up the first time you felt like this in a memory. And I want you to invite you to create above the fire like a cinema screen. So turn your eyes upwards in your journey and place a screen, and then place the first time you felt like this on the screen. Tune in with your guide. Ask your guide, what do I need to see? Ask them if this is the right memory. And I want to invite you to just play this memory out. Notice how you're feeling. Notice how old you are in this memory. Notice if there's any other people in the memory. And once you've got a really good awareness of this memory, I want to invite you to bring down any souls that need to come down from this memory. This could be younger you, family members, people you know. Bring them down now by the sacred fire. And I want to invite you, if something doesn't feel quite safe with any of the people from the memory, what you can do is you can create what we call an infinity glass. And you pop the people that you feel a little bit unsafe with on the other side of this infinity glass. So this infinity glass is a clear energetic protection glass that goes all the way up to source and all the way down to the core of the earth. And only of the highest, the purest, and the best vibrations can pass through. And now I want to invite you, your younger self, to speak directly to anybody, anyone who they need to clear with. Speak as if you are them. You're speaking from a place of I, directly to whoever they need to clear with today. And when the younger you has completed anything that they need to say, invite the other soul to speak and reply, not from level of personality, but from their level of soul. Trust whatever wants to come through. There is no right or wrong answer here. And now I want to invite you, present day you. I want to invite the present day you to ask the younger you, what did they need back then to feel safe and loved? What did they need? And just allowing whatever comes up for them, and trust it. And I want to invite you, the present day you, to tell the younger you that you are going to do everything in your power to give that to yourself now. And I want to invite you to choose one resource that the younger you needed. This could be self-love, resilience, power, strength, whatever came up for you. Allow the younger you to step into the fire, which is now a purple, purifying flame. And I want you to, with whatever resource that came through for you, what colour would that be? What's the first colour that comes through? And now the fire has changed into that colour. And allow the fire to install this resource, whatever that may be for you, into the younger you. And allow the flames to install the resource, allow it to go into their cells, into the spaces between the cells. Allow it to install it into the muscles, into the bones, into the bone marrow, until you are full to brimming, shimmering and shining with this resource. Breathing this resource deeply into every fibre of the younger you's body and being. And only when that is complete can the younger you step out of the fire. And I just want to tune in with the younger you. Is there any level of forgiveness that needs to happen now? To yourself, to any of the souls by the fire? And I just want you to tune in. What percentage could you forgive them today? 50, 80, 100? Whatever that may be, just go ahead and forgive whoever needs to be forgiven, including yourself if that's what needs to happen. Allow the spaciousness of forgiveness to flow through the younger you's body and being and flow towards whoever needs to be forgiven. Forgiveness is such a powerful tool of healing. And I want to invite, if you weren't 100% up for forgiving, if that makes sense, what needs to take place so that you could be at 100% forgiveness? Just allow whatever comes up to come up. And now I want to invite you to send, apart from the younger yous, any other souls, and apart from your guide, back into the fire and back up to source with gratitude and love. So it's just you and the younger yous. I want to invite you and the younger you who completed the healing to step into the fire. I want to invite you to merge together. Bring in the younger you into your body and allow her to, or him to merge with every fibre of your being, breathing this soul part back into your body, allowing your body to adjust to this new vibration, this new frequency, this wholeness. And just invite the present day you to step out of the fire now. And just notice how you walk. Notice how you feel. And now I want to invite you to thank the fire. Thank the trees. Thank this sacred space, the quantum field, for the healing and the potential. And walk with your guide now back to the perimeter of trees. On the count of 3, you're going to step back through into the land that nourishes you. 1, 2, 3, stepping back into the land that nourishes your heart and soul and hearing the drum. allowing the drum to guide you back up to the gateway from which you came in. Arriving back at the gateway now and just facing your guide and allowing any guidance that they may have to be received now, any final guidance, and allow it to soak into your body, soak into your being. Now thank your guide in the knowing that you can come and work with them anytime you like. And on the count of 3, we're going to step through the doorway to the upward facing stairs. 1, 2, 3, stepping through the doorway into the upward facing stairs, seeing the stairway shimmering and shining. Stepping onto step 1, step 2, step 3. Every step is refreshing you and revitalizing you. Step 4, step 5, step 6, just feeling how grateful you feel for this soul retrieval in the quantum field. Step 5, 6, 7, step 8, 9, and as you step onto step 10, breathe deeply and step into you 1 day from now. How are you feeling 1 day from now? Where is this feeling strongest in your body? Allow this feeling to expand and grow as you breathe deep and step into you 1 month down the line. How are you feeling 1 month from now? And where is this feeling strongest in your body? As you breathe deep and step into you 6 months down the line. Who are you 6 months from now? What are you doing? How are you showing up in your life? Where is this feeling strongest in your body? And now breathe deep and step into you 1 year down the line. How are you feeling 1 year from now? What is your sense of embodiment? Where are you in your life? What feelings and thoughts is this giving you? Where is it strongest in your body? And I just want you to now tune in with your mind. Is it for your mind's highest good to live in this new frequency? What about your body? Is it for your body's highest good to live in this new vibration? And what about your heart? Is it for your heart's highest good to be the embodiment of this new sense of being? You can only open your eyes just as soon as all parts of you are fully aligned, so you can start living, breathing, walking, talking, moving, being in alignment with your soul. Okay, welcome back everyone. How is everyone feeling? If anyone feels to share, please do. Or you can share with me privately as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a home reflections thread, and I'm going to put some journaling prompts that you can do. And whatever came up with you today, you're going to then journey with on Wednesday if that feels aligned. It could be something new, but I would recommend sticking with the same thing that came up, because healing tends to happen in layers. We did a very short journey today, but on Wednesday we're going to go deeper. So, drink lots of water, tea, herbal tea. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your inner child, be kind to this soul part that has just returned home. And please reach out if you need anything. If you're feeling a bit weird, if you're feeling great, reach out. Okay, let me know how you are. Okay, my loves, I'm gonna go. Rest well. Enjoy the home reflections. And we'll see each other, we'll be without each other on Wednesday. Oh, my love.